Welcome, my child. You are on the right channel today. Pause for a moment and let those words sink into your heart. You are not here by mistake. You did not just stumble into this moment randomly. I am your God, the one who made you and loves you, and I have drawn you here because I want to speak to you. Do not think it is an accident. Every step you have taken, every decision that brought you to this very hour has been guided by my unseen hand. I am intentional about your life. There are many voices in this world, voices of fear, voices of doubt, voices that tell you that you are forgotten. But my voice rises above them all, and today I am calling your name. You belong to me. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. Before the world ever saw your face, I had already written your story. I know the battles you have fought in silence, the nights you cried when no one could hear, the questions in your heart that you were too afraid to ask out loud. I see it all, and still I say to you, you are not alone, and you are not here by accident. Sometimes life feels like it is a series of coincidences, but with me, there is no such thing as coincidence. There is only purpose. When you look back over your journey, you will see that what you thought were random turns were actually divine direction. The pain that seemed meaningless was shaping you. The delays that frustrated you were protecting you. Even the doors that closed were my way of leading you to something greater. My child, I do not waste your pain, and I do not waste your steps. I want you to know that your life is safe in my hands. The world is unstable, people change, situations shift, but I remain the same yesterday, today, and forever. You are held by the one who never fails. When you are weak, I am your strength. When you feel lost, I am your guide. When you are broken, I am your healer. My hands are large enough to hold the universe, yet gentle enough to wipe your tears. Trust this truth. You are safe with me. My child, there will be days when life feels too heavy to carry. There will be moments when the weight of your struggles presses on your shoulders until you feel like giving up. But listen carefully. I am the one who lifts burdens. You were never designed to carry everything on your own. That is why I say, cast your cares on me, for I care for you. You can lean on me when the road is too hard. You can rest in me when your strength is gone. I do not grow weary. I do not faint. My arms will never drop you. Think about this. If I care enough to number every hair on your head, will I not also care about the deep things in your heart? If I take care of the birds in the air and the flowers in the field, how much more will I take care of you, my beloved child? You are worth more than sparrows. You are more precious than rubies. My love for you is not based on your performance, your mistakes, or your achievements. My love is based on who I am, and I am love. Many times, you may feel unseen. You may feel like no one understands what you are going through. But I see you. When you whisper prayers in the middle of the night, I hear every word. When tears roll silently down your cheeks, not a single one escapes my notice. I keep them in a bottle. They are precious to me. When your heart sighs with weariness, I understand what words cannot express. My child, I am closer than the air you breathe. Do not despise the season you are in now. I know it may look dark, but I am still working. You may not understand everything, but trust that nothing in your life is wasted in my hands. Even the wilderness has a purpose. It teaches you to depend on me. It reveals what truly matters, and it prepares you for the promised land ahead. Every valley is temporary, but my promise is eternal. You may be asking yourself, why me? Why these battles? Why these delays? My child, you must understand, trials do not mean I have abandoned you. They mean I am strengthening you. Gold is refined in fire, and so are you. Diamonds are formed under pressure, and so are you. I allow certain storms not to destroy you, but to reveal the power I have placed within you. Do not run from the process, for the process is making you stronger than you know. I want you to remember something today. You are chosen. You are not random. I picked you, I called you, and I placed my hand on your life. That is why the enemy fights you so hard. That is why you face resistance. Because you carry purpose. If you were ordinary, there would be no battle. But you are not ordinary. You are mine, and I have destined you for greatness. So, my child, lift your head. Do not let shame, guilt, or fear keep you bowed down. You are loved with an everlasting love. You are covered by grace that cannot be measured. You are surrounded by my angels, even when you cannot see them. Walk with confidence, knowing that I go before you. I walk beside you, and I cover you from behind. Let today be the day you choose to believe that you are not an accident. Every breath you take is proof that I am not finished with you. You are still here because your assignment is not over. The world needs what I place inside you. The light I put in your spirit was meant to shine in the darkness. So rise, my child. Do not be afraid. You are safe, you are loved, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. Here in my presence, listening to my voice, and walking in my purpose. Welcome, my child. You are on the right channel today. Stay with me. For greater theme, child, life is not always smooth. There are days when the sun shines bright, when joy fills your heart, and everything seems to fall into place. But there are also days when the sky grows dark, when the weight of the world feels too heavy, and when your strength seems to fade away. These contrasting seasons, both the valleys and the mountains, are part of the journey I designed for you. They are not meant to destroy you, but to shape you, to test your faith, and to reveal the treasure I have placed within you. Every great journey has valleys and mountains. The valleys are low, shadowed places where you may feel hidden, forgotten, or overwhelmed. They test your patience. They stretch your faith. They make you question whether you will ever climb out. But listen to me. The valley is not your final home. It is a passage, not a destination. No valley lasts forever. Just as night gives way to morning, your valley will give way to victory. Mountains, on the other hand, are high places. They are the victories, the breakthroughs, the answered prayers. They prove your strength and courage. They remind you that you are capable of overcoming. But mountains do not appear without valleys. To stand on a peak, you must first walk through a plain, climb the slopes, and endure the journey upward. The beauty of the mountain is magnified because of the struggle it took to get there. Think of David, my servant. He faced valleys when he was alone with sheep, rejected by his brothers, overlooked by his father. But in those valleys, I was training his hand for battle and his heart for worship. When he later stood on the mountain of victory over Goliath, it was the lessons of the valley that gave him courage. Do you see, my child? What feels like a setback in the valley is really preparation for your mountain. When you are in the valley, it is easy to feel like giving up. Discouragement whispers, "You cannot make it. You are too weak. This is the end." But I tell you today, no, it is not the end. You are stronger than you think, because my strength is made perfect in your weakness. You are never truly alone, because I walk with you, even in the valley of the shadow of death. Fear has no power over you, for my rod and staff comfort you. Do not despise your small steps. Each step forward, no matter how slow, is still progress. The enemy will try to convince you that you are standing still, that you are failing. But remember, even crawling forward is movement. You are not stuck. You are moving toward your promise. Step by step, you are climbing out of the valley and toward the mountain I have set before you. My child, picture a farmer planting a seed. At first, the seed is buried deep in the ground, covered in darkness, hidden from sight. It may feel like nothing is happening, but beneath the soil, life is stirring. Roots are forming. Strength is building. And in time, the seed pushes through the dirt and grows into a harvest. That hidden season is its valley, and the fruit is its mountain. In the same way, your hidden seasons are preparing you for fruitfulness. Do not be ashamed of your valleys. They are proof that you are alive, growing, and becoming stronger. Do not measure yourself against others who seem to be on the mountain while you are still in the valley. Every journey is different, and every mountain requires its own preparation. Trust that I know the best timing for your climb. Think about the times you thought you would not survive, but did. Remember the nights you cried until your pillow was wet, yet you still woke up in the morning. You made it this far not by accident, but by my divine help. If I carried you yesterday, will I not carry you today? If I gave you strength for the last battle, will I not give you strength for this one too? The same God who lifted you before is lifting you now. Encouragement, my child, is to pour courage into your heart when it feels weak. That is what I am doing now. Let these words restore your confidence. Let them remind you that you are able, chosen, and covered by grace. Do not fear the valley. Do not fear the climb. Both are part of your destiny. Both are shaping you into the person I created you to be. Shift your perspective. Instead of asking, why am I here in the valley? Ask, what is this valley teaching me? Instead of saying, this climb is too hard, say, this climb is making me stronger. Challenges come and go, but my power remains forever. The valley is not permanent, and neither is the mountain. Life is a rhythm of both, and in each season, I am present with you. When you stand on a mountain, rejoice, but do not forget that valleys still exist. When you are in a valley, hold on, but do not forget that mountains still wait. In both places, my grace is sufficient for you. I am the God of the mountain and the God of the valley. You are never abandoned in either place. So, my child, dry your tears. Lift your head. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself, I can do this because God is with me. Yes, you may stumble. Yes, you may fall. But each time you rise again, you prove that you are unshaken. You may feel weary now, but you are closer to your breakthrough than you realize. The darkest nights often give birth to the brightest mornings. Do not give up before dawn. The valley is temporary. The mountain is real, and your story is still being written. Rise with courage, for the one who walks with you has never lost a battle. I will carry you from valley to mountain, from tears to triumph, from weakness to strength. Trust the journey. Trust my timing. And trust that every step you take is leading you closer to the promise I have spoken over your life. My child, today I want to speak to you about encouragement. Encouragement is more than just kind words or temporary comfort. It is strength poured into your heart when it feels weak. It is courage restored when fear has stolen your boldness. It is hope reborn when despair has tried to drown you. To encourage means to give courage, and I, your God, delight in giving you courage when you feel like you have none left. Life often drains courage out of you. Circumstances weigh heavy, and the voice of the enemy whispers lies. You cannot make it. You are not good enough. You are finished. But encouragement is my answer to those lies. When courage returns, your heart rises again, your mind clears, and your soul believes again. Encouragement is like fresh wind filling the sails of a boat. It moves you forward when you thought you were stuck. Think about the times you believed you would not survive, yet you did. Remember the nights when tears soaked your pillow, but somehow you woke up the next morning stronger than before. Was it your strength alone? No, my child. That was me breathing courage into you. You have come this far not by chance, but by my hand. The same God who carried you yesterday is still carrying you today. My encouragement is not just words, it is power. It lifts you out of despair, steadies your steps, and reminds you of who you are. When you hear me say, "You are chosen, you are loved, you are covered by grace," those are not empty phrases. They are declarations of truth spoken over your life. They are seeds of faith planted in your spirit. When you let them sink deep, they will bear fruit in courage, perseverance, and victory. Encouragement shifts your focus. The enemy wants you to stare at the size of your problem until fear overwhelms you. But encouragement opens your eyes to the size of your God. Problems rise and fall like waves, but I remain steady as the rock of ages. Encouragement turns your attention from the storm to the one who walks on water. It reminds you that even in chaos, you are not abandoned. Let me give you an example. Elijah, my prophet, once sat under a tree, weary and broken, saying, "It is enough. I cannot go on." He had just faced battle, poured out his strength, and felt empty. But did I leave him in that despair? No. I sent an angel to feed him, to strengthen him, to whisper, "Arise and eat, for the journey is too great for you." That was encouragement. Elijah rose, renewed, and walked 40 days in that strength. My child, in the same way, I am feeding your spirit now. I am pouring into you what the world has drained out. Encouragement also comes when you look back at what I have already done. Too often, you focus only on how far you still need to go, forgetting how far you have already come. My child, pause and remember. Remember the sickness I healed, the danger I delivered you from, the opportunities one opened, the peace I gave in your chaos. If I was faithful then, will I not be faithful now? Think of David again. Before he faced Goliath, he remembered how I gave him victory over the lion and the bear. Those memories of past triumph encourage him to face a new giant with boldness. In the same way, your past victories are evidence that I am still with you. They are reminders that you are not weak, but strong through me. Encouragement is also found in my word. Every promise I have spoken is a well you can draw strength from. When you feel unworthy, remember I said, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made." When you feel abandoned, recall, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." When you fear the future, hold on to, "I know the plans I have for you. Plans are good and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." My words are life. They are medicine to your soul. Drink deeply from them, for they will keep your spirit alive when everything else feels dead. Do not underestimate the power of encouragement. A single word spoken at the right time can change the course of a life. That is why I often use people around you to speak encouragement into your heart. A smile, a kind message, a timely reminder. All of these are my ways of saying, "I see you, I am with you." Cherish those moments. And when I nudge you, be that vessel of encouragement for others. Speak life where there is despair. Remind someone else that I am faithful. As you pour courage into others, you will find your own courage growing. But hear me, my child. True encouragement does not deny pain. It does not pretend the valley does not exist. It looks pain in the eye and declares, "You will not defeat me." Encouragement is not blind optimism. It is hope rooted in my power. It is choosing to move forward even when tears are still fresh. It is holding on to faith when everything around you shakes. I know your heart sometimes asks, how much longer? When will the season end? My answer is this: hold on. The darkest night often comes before the brightest dawn. Do not give up one step before your breakthrough. The pain you feel today will one day be the testimony you share with others. You will stand on the other side and say, if not for the Lord, I would not have made it. So let encouragement fill you now. Let my spirit breathe new strength into you. Rise again. You are able. You are chosen. You are covered by grace. You are surrounded by my love. No valley is too deep, no mountain too high, no storm too fierce that I cannot carry you through. Your story is not over. In fact, the best chapters have not yet been written. What looks like an ending is only a turning point. What feels like failure is just the soil for new growth. I am the author of your life, and I do not write unfinished stories. Take heart, my child, you will make it. Encouragement is not just for today. It is fuel for your tomorrow. Each time you rise after falling, each time you smile after crying, each time you pray after doubting, you are proving that you are unshaken. And as you keep walking, you are walking closer to the destiny I prepared for you. So breathe deeply. Dry your tears. Strengthen your heart. You are not here by accident. You are not weak, and you are not forgotten. You are mine, and with me, you will always rise again. My child, one of the greatest battles you will ever face is not against people, circumstances, or even the storms around you. It is against your own focus. What your eyes dwell on will shape your heart, and what your heart believes will shape your life. That is why today I say to you, shift your focus. Too often, you look at how far you still need to go and forget how far you have already come. You stare at the mountain ahead and forget that you have already climbed many hills behind you. You magnify the size of your challenges and minimize the greatness of your God. But my child, encouragement comes when you shift your gaze. Stop measuring the size of the battle and start remembering the size of the one who fights for you. When Peter walked on water toward me, he was fine as long as his eyes were fixed on me. But the moment he shifted his focus to the wind and the waves, fear took over and he began to sink. What changed? Not my power, not my presence, only his focus. And even when he began to sink, my hand was still there to lift him up. In the same way, your focus will determine whether you walk above the storm or sink beneath it. So I ask you, where are your eyes today? Are they fixed on your problems, your past failures, your fears? Or are they fixed on me, the one who is greater than every obstacle? My word says, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of your faith. Keep your eyes on me, for I never fail. Shift your focus from what you lack to what you already have. You may not see everything you prayed for yet, but you are not empty. Count your blessings. Remember the times I healed you, protected you, and opened doors for you. Gratitude clears your vision. It reminds you that if I was faithful yesterday, I will be faithful today. Shift your focus from the voices of the world to the voice of your Father. The world will tell you to trust in wealth, connections, or your own strength. But my voice says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. The world says, it is impossible. I say, with God, all things are possible. The world says, you are not enough. I say, you are more than enough through me. Do not let the noise of the world drown out the truth of my word. My child, focus is like a lens. If the lens is dirty or pointed in the wrong direction, everything you see will be blurred. But if you clean the lens and focus on the right object, clarity returns. Your heart is the same. If you focus on fear, your vision will be blurred with worry. If you focus on doubt, your perspective will shrink. But if you fix your eyes on me, your vision will be filled with light, peace, and hope. Let me remind you of my servant Paul. He faced prison, beatings, shipwrecks, rejection, and hunger. Yet he declared, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus. What gave him that strength? Focus. He refused to dwell on the chains around his hands. Instead, he looked at the crown awaiting him in eternity. Because of that focus, he endured trials with joy and finished his race with victory. Shift your focus also from speed to progress. Many times you become discouraged because your journey feels slow. But hear me, slow progress is still progress. Even the smallest steps count. Do not despise them. A seed does not grow into a tree overnight. It takes time, sun, rain, and patience. In the same way, the work I am doing in your life is unfolding step by step. Do not rush my timing. Trust my process. My child, I want you to stop staring at the closed doors and start noticing the ones I've already opened. Stop replaying the failures of yesterday and start rehearsing the promises of tomorrow. Stop comparing yourself to others because their path is not your path. Focus on the unique journey I have set before you. Each person's story is different, but my faithfulness is the same. Encouragement grows when you shift your focus from fear to faith. Fear says, what if I fail? Faith says, what if I succeed? Fear says, what if I am not enough? Faith says, my God is more than enough. Fear looks at the storm. Faith looks at the Savior. Do not give fear the power of your focus. It is a thief, and it will steal your peace if you let it. When you feel overwhelmed, pause and breathe. Say to yourself, this is not the end. My God is still in control. Then shift your gaze upward. Lift your head, even if tears are falling. Look beyond the pain and see the one who holds a future in his hands. My child, I promise you, when you focus on me, peace will fill your heart even before the storm ends. Do not forget, you become what you focus on. If you focus on bitterness, you will carry bitterness. If you focus on fear, fear will grow stronger. But if you focus on my love, love will overflow from you. If you focus on my promises, faith will rise in you. Choose carefully where your gaze rests, for your life will follow your focus. Remember this truth. Challenges will come and go, but I remain forever. Problems may rise and fall, but my word never changes. Focus on the eternal, not the temporary. The things you see now are only passing shadows, but the things I am preparing for you are everlasting. So, my child, dry your eyes and shift your focus. Instead of saying, the journey is too long, say, I have already come far. Instead of saying, this mountain is too high, say, my God is greater. Instead of asking, what if I fail, declare, I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When you shift your focus, courage returns, hope rises, strength is renewed, and your spirit remembers that you are not walking alone. I am with you. I go before you. I stand beside you. I cover you from behind. Lift your eyes to the hills, from where your help comes. Your help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. And as long as your focus stays on me, you will never be shaken. My child, pause for a moment and let me speak to your heart about doubt. Doubt is one of the most dangerous thieves you will ever face. Not because it robs your pocket, but because it robs your peace. It sneaks in quietly, whispering questions that weaken your faith. It does not shout like fear, nor does it roar like worry. Instead, it comes like a soft voice that asks, "Are you sure? What if it doesn't work out? What if you are not good enough?" And before you realize it, that little whisper grows into a heavy chain, holding you back from moving forward. But hear me clearly today. Doubt is not your friend. It is not the voice of wisdom. It is not my spirit speaking to you. Doubt is a thief, and its mission is simple: to steal your courage, to drain your strength, and to make you forget my promises. Yet, I remind you, greater is the one living inside you than every voice of doubt that rises against you. Think back to the many times you almost gave up because of doubt. You told yourself you were not capable. You thought the mountain was too high. You looked at the storm and said, "I cannot make it through this." But you did make it. You are still here, standing. That should show you that doubt was lying all along. If you had listened to it, you would have quit, and quitting would have stolen the blessing I was preparing for you. That is why you must not allow doubt to remain in your heart. Doubt speaks lies, but I speak truth. Doubt says you will fail, but I declare you will win. Doubt says you are not enough, but I remind you that I created you in my image, and in me, you are more than enough. Doubt says your future is uncertain, but I tell you that your future is safe in my hands. Every word of doubt is designed to weaken you, but every word I speak is designed to strengthen you. The choice is yours. Whose voice will you believe? Let me tell you what happens when you allow doubt to live in your heart. First, it clouds your vision. Instead of seeing possibilities, you only see problems. Instead of seeing opportunities, you only see obstacles. Next, it steals your peace. You lie awake at night, worrying about what may or may not happen. Then, it paralyzes your action. You stop moving forward, not because you cannot, but because you are afraid of failing. Do you see how dangerous it is? That is why I call it a thief. But my child, you are not powerless against doubt. You can fight it and you can win. How? By replacing every thought of doubt with my word of truth. When doubt says, "You will fail," respond with my word. "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." When doubt says, "You are alone," declare, "The Lord is my shepherd, I will not lack, and he will never leave me nor forsake me." When doubt says, "This is impossible," answer, "With God, all things are possible." Do you see? My truth is your weapon. The moment you begin to speak it, doubt loses its grip. Think about it. The little boy who gave me his 5 loaves and 2 fish walked by faith. He did not know how it would feed thousands, but he trusted. Because of his simple faith, a miracle was born and many were blessed. The same is true for you. Your faith may feel small, but when you place it in my hands, it becomes a seed of something great that will touch countless lives. So today, my beloved child, rise in faith. Lift your head. Do not stay in the place of fear. Do not remain chained by yesterday's tears. I am giving you new strength for today. Walking by faith means stepping forward even when nothing around you looks certain. It means trusting my heart even when you cannot trace my hand. It means believing that I am working even in silence. Do not let doubt stop you. Do not let fear freeze you. Do not let the voice of the world confuse you. The world will shout 1,000 opinions, but my word is the only truth you need. The world may say there is no way, but I remind you, I am the way. The world may say it is impossible, but I say, with God, all things are possible. You are not an orphan. You are not forgotten. You are my child, my beloved, the one I hold close to my heart. My arms are strong enough to carry the weight of the universe, and yet they are gentle enough to carry you. You will not sink, because I am the one keeping you afloat. You will not be crushed, because I am the one surrounding you with strength. You will not be abandoned, because I will never leave you nor forsake you. My child, this is your time to live by faith. Not tomorrow, not next week, but now. Choose to believe me today. Choose to walk forward even when the ground feels shaky. Choose to speak life over your situation, even when the evidence looks dark. Choose to lift your hands in praise, not because everything is perfect, but because you know I am perfect. Remember, the best chapters of your life have not yet been written. Your story is not ending in sorrow. Your journey is not finishing in defeat. The future I have for you is filled with hope, filled with grace, filled with blessings you cannot even imagine. But you will only step into it by faith. So rise up, live by faith, speak by faith, dream by faith, act by faith. Let faith be your language, your heartbeat, your lifestyle. And when others see your light, tell them where it comes from. Share the message. Encourage the broken. Strengthen the weak. Point them back to me, the God who carries his children. I am your God, and I will carry you through every season. Do not be afraid. Do not give up. Walk fully by faith, and you will see my promises come alive in your life. My child, you have heard my words of encouragement. You walk through reminders of strength, of hope, of courage, of patience, of victory over doubt, and of living fully by faith. Now I call you to rise. Do not let these words remain as echoes in your mind. Let them become fire in your spirit. Life will still have its valleys and its storms, but you are not powerless. You are not defeated. You are not abandoned. You are mine, and because you are mine, you carry my strength within you. You may face tears, but tears will not drown you. You may face. You have seen how doubt tries to steal your joy. Now I am calling you to rise, to live every day with a kind of faith that refuses to bow to fear. Faith is not just believing once and forgetting tomorrow. It is a daily choice. It is like taking one step forward even when the road ahead is hidden in fog. You may not see the destination yet, but you trust that I, your Father, know exactly where the road leads. Walking by faith is not always easy, but it is always rewarding. It is choosing to lean on my strength rather than your own, to rest in my promises rather than the world's noise. Remember this truth: the just shall live by faith. That means faith is not an occasional act. It is a lifestyle. It is waking up every morning and saying, Lord, I trust you in my life today. It is facing challenges and declaring, this may look impossible, but with God, all things are possible. It is hearing the whispers of doubt and still answering, I believe what God says about me. When you walk by faith, you are never truly walking alone. My spirit walks with you. My hand holds yours. My angels go before you to prepare the way. Even when you stumble, faith lifts you back up because you know I am near. Faith does not mean you will never face storms. It means the storms will never have the final say. Think of Noah. I told him to build an ark when there was no sign of rain. The people around him mocked him, called him foolish, and laughed at his obedience. But Noah walked by faith, step by step, plank by plank, trusting that my word was true. When the flood came, it was his faith that saved him and his family. Faith may not make sense to the world, but it will always make sense in my kingdom. My child, I see the struggles you face. I see the nights when you lie awake, wondering how you will make it. I see the burdens you carry silently, the dreams you are afraid to speak out loud, the tears you wipe before anyone notices. And I say to you today, you do not have to carry it all alone. Let faith be your anchor. Let faith hold you steady. Do not measure your life by what you see now. Measure it by what I have promised you. Walking fully by faith means making choices that reflect trust in me. When the world says, take shortcuts, faith says, I will wait on God's time. When fear says, stay in your comfort zone, faith says, I will step out because God is with me. When discouragement says, it is over, faith says, my story is just beginning. I do not want you to live half in fear and half in faith. I want you to live completely in faith, resting in the confidence that I am your Father and I will never fail you. Do not let your faith rise and fall with your emotions. Emotions change daily, but my word never changes. Stand on what I have spoken, for it is unshakable. Let me remind you, when you walk by faith, you inspire others. Your courage becomes light to those in darkness. Your endurance becomes hope for the weary. Your story becomes a testimony of my goodness. That is why I said, if this message blesses you, do not keep it to yourself. Share it. Let others hear. Let them believe. Let them rise too. Faith multiplies when it is shared.